Now, let's move on to the next session on the theme of Pioneering Japan's Startup Ecosystem through All Japan Collaboration. In this session, we will welcome 4 leading ecosystem players who are driving regional innovation. Together, they will explore the future of Japan's startup ecosystem, shining a spotlight on the diverse ecosystems across the country, while sharing groundbreaking initiatives and inspiring success stories. To mark the occasion of Sushi Tech Tokyo, we are honored to share a special video message from the governor of Aichi Prefecture, Mr. Hideaki Omura. Please take a moment to watch the message.
Good afternoon, everybody. I am Hideaki Omura, Governor of Aichi Prefecture. I am pleased to welcome you to the session on Japan's startup ecosystem, which is being developed through an all-Japan effort. First of all, I'd like to congratulate Sushi Tech Tokyo 2025. I believe this is a great time for stakeholders from all over the world to gather here today and create new encounters in order to realize sustainable cities, which is a common challenge for all mankind. Last December, Tokyo and Aichi Prefecture signed a comprehensive partnership agreement to form an International Innovation Day. Many people are here today. The global conference, Tech Conference Japan, partnership are the collaboration between those two, and the pillars of the comprehensive partners agreement are collaboration between those two. And then there is going to be the Tech Japan, where similar to this event, there will be many people that will be coming, so that we'll be able to promote to generate the seed. And also for the Station AI, this is going to be the largest startup support center, which opened in October last year.
In collaboration with Tokyo Innovation Base, a global hub for innovation, we aim to create an open innovation hub for Asia where startups and established companies can coexist. The upcoming sessions will feature speakers such as Tech Galley producer Ms. Hiromi Okuda, Mr. Hirotaka Sahashi of Station AI Company, and other key figures involved in the launch of startup ecosystems in various regions. By sharing leading examples of innovation creation, we hope to take a joint step forward with all of you gathered here today toward advancing innovation here in Japan. We at Aichi Prefecture will also continue to work closely with Governor Koike and the people of Tokyo. Collaboration over innovation and startups will continue, so we kindly ask for your continued support. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Omura. Now, let me introduce you to the speakers. The panelists are Mr. Takanobu Ikeda, Chief Secretariat of Fukuoka Growth Next. Mr. Hirotaka Sahashi, CEO of Station AI Corporation. Ms. Junko Foley, President of Day-1 Company Limited. This session is moderated by Ms. Hiromi Okuda, CEO of Wiz Group Incorporated.
Good morning, everybody. Or I should say good afternoon and hello. First of all, I would like to talk about the objective of this session. So this is about the startup ecosystem through all Japan collaboration. So first, we received the comment from Mr. Omura, but what we like to do is to really find out what are some of the initiatives by many global cities and how we are able to really link together, and then also to be connected with the global market. So first of all, I'd like to ask from each one of you to introduce yourself and also introduce some of the business case. So today, the Governor Takashima is absent because of some affairs. So I would like to welcome Mr. Ikeda. I'm sorry I am not the Takashima-san, but I was told that I was asked to come here last night. Even though I'm not a mayor, I may not be as good as Takashima-san. I will do my best, and I would not disappoint you. All right. So I feel a bit embarrassed about talking about the city of Fukuoka, but this is really the front door to the Asian market. So we have the people and the environment and also the city really to be able to represent as a leader of the Asia. And that's what we're aiming for. And also, some of the characteristic of the city is that we do not have the first level large river. As a result, we may not have been able to create a large plant. So we have the second and the third type of industry. People think of food when you think of Fukuoka, but many companies are being brought here, and then this has been quite energized because of those activities. So first, I would like to introduce 3 growth stages. First is about increasing the exchange population. So we want people to really come to Fukuoka. We want people to get together with the people in Fukuoka. We want people to be part of the event, and we have a lot of exciting events coming. And for the midterm, we want to be focusing on the startup. We want to create the city with lots of new ideas. We want to promote the knowledge creation industry. So that is exactly what Fukuoka Next is all about. And lastly, we want to be able to depart from the branch-based economy. When a Lehman shock came, everybody went back to Tokyo. So we decided not to do the same thing over again. So what is good about Fukuoka? We have a lot of young population. And then we have the word that the people would, in Nagasaki or Kagoshima, all the college students all gathered in Fukuoka. And also, not only that, we have the people, the young generation gathered in Fukuoka. So that is really an attractive element of Fukuoka. And also, it may not be a large scale as Tokyo, but we have a large number of university and the vocational school. We have 7,000 students of the engineering background on the yearly basis. And as I said before, we want to really come out of the branch type of the economy. So we want to make sure that we support the startup. And that is really a main objective of Fukuoka. So from here, I'm a little bit more familiar. This is the history of the startup. 2012 is where the mayor had taken the position, and then including the public sectors, and we have been continued to be very active. And also, for the people in the local government, listen to the voices of the people, and we decided to create the startup cafe because everybody wanted to have the venue where the startup people can gather. So as we listen to the voices of the people in the city, we try to create what is needed. And that is the reason why we have been able to really gather a lot of people as a result of listening to the voices. So Fukuoka. So this is the trying to promote the global startup. So we want to make sure that we make the regulation easy for the people to come here. We have a startup, we have FGN, we have 1,156 startup. And the visa for the global startup, we have actually done so earlier than any other people. And to get people that living in this town, we want to expand that. And also not just limited to Fukuoka, but we want to work together with many other cities in Kyushu. And also, as we look at the global, we have the 12 countries and the 7 counterparts globally, and to try to initiate to have this initiative. And also, we also have the social activity, the social and height. Local is exactly what we want to have the social activities. And also, October this year, we are now going to conduct the ramen tech, not sushi, but then we are going to have a ramen tech. I hope you are able to all come. And the people from Asia and many other countries, we hope that people will be able to join us. Thank you very much, Mr. Ikeda. So for me, when we starting our event, I have visited Fukuoka many numbers of times and seen how you have developed. Now I'd like to welcome Mr. Sahashi from the Station AI. So thank you very much. Now, what is Station AI is where I would like to start my presentation and introduce the company. As the images from Omuro-san, this is the largest scale startup support place, as well as the place for open innovation. Only 2 stations from Nagoya Station. In the original history of our activity, Fukushima is being led by Mayor Takahashi, but also I think Mayor Omura take a very strong leadership. And this has started back in 2018. And 3 years afterwards, and SoftBank, as a result of the bidding, decided to be a part of this. It's the 7th floor, and the total square meter is 23,000 square meters. People are welcome to come in. And also we have the office area. In the office area, we have the co-working seat, and also we have a fixed seat, as well as a secure individual room. Not just limited to the office area, we have the food hall, we have the child care space, hotel. We want to make sure that we have the place very specific to Aichi. We also have the tech lab to represent our manufacturing industry. So we have 5,000 startup companies, as well as 200 and maybe around 300 companies as a partner company. So as for the structure of the business, I think there's many B2B SaaS business, but Aichi is really the collection of many different manufacturing companies. So other companies who want to collaborate those manufacturing company or maybe the customer. So we wanted to make the environment easy for the startup to really gather here. Not just limited to the place from Aichi, but many people, company from Tokyo are also joining us. We have a very large scale of the Chubu area. So as a result, we have a large number of the companies who are interested in coming. So I said startup companies as many as 500. We have all the necessary support in one roof. So we will be making sure that we have the startup support, but also we will want to make sure we have the unicorn company. But I think the biggest reason that why we are doing here is because we have the largest manufacturing company. We want to make sure that we collaborate with the existing companies, and open innovation is exactly what we are going to do for. And not only just supporting the community and also supporting the startup, but also we would like to have the open innovation support for a large-scale company. It's been 6 months since we opened this service, and we have the initiative to really generate a new startup company, one for the students, one for the regular people. We have many ideas. We have the program to support the funding, and we have increasing numbers who are interested. And also at the same time, the key for us to get together is event. This is the number. Until the end of March, we have conducted 500 events up until now. And of course, some of them are led by us, but some of the others are being led by other companies. We are counting the matching numbers over 1,000, but there might be others outside of that.
And this is not only Japanese companies, but overseas companies as well who are focused on Station AI. And Google for Startups has been held. at Station AI. Also, most recently, the world's largest cosmetics company called L'Oreal. L'Oreal Japan's Big Bang Innovation Program was hosted at will be hosted at Station AI, and we've just closed the first round of solicitation for offers, and we hope to increase momentum centered around open innovation. So that's it for Station AI. Thank you very much, Sahashi-san. I'm an ambassador at Station AI as well, so I do hope that you will visit Station AI. Last but not least, we'd like to call upon Foley-san, who came from Kansai. She's an entrepreneur, and she has many faces, of course, but I'm looking forward to her self-introduction. So could you project Foley-san's slide? Yes. Hello, everyone. I am Junko Foley, and I took a early morning Shinkansen here to Tokyo. Now, I'm a bit different from the other two panelists, so let me introduce myself. Day-1 now celebrates 57th year. It's a old, established yakiniku or beef, broiled beef company in Kansai, and my mother actually founded the yakiniku. Also, Silver Egg Technology uses or provides marketing and recommender services using AI to its clients, and I am the co-founder as well as a board member, and we are listed on the growth market. So I'm involved in yakiniku, that is broiled beef, and also AI. That's And so I've been involved in running an old business as well as a new startup. And so I'm a member of the Kansai Keizai Edo Yukai executive board member, and I'm also involved in various community activities from that position. Also in Osaka, there's a hot topic is the Expo 2025 Osaka, and I'm a board member of that Expo. So I'd like to talk later about the relationship between startups and Banpaku or the Expos. So for many years, I have been involved in the startup community in the Kansai area for many years. And one of the striking features of Kansai is that in 2020, in the Osaka, Kyoto, Kobe, Hyogo, they formed a consortium to make this consortium was designated as a base city for startup consortium, and Tokyo, Nagoya. In the case of Kansai, these three cities have formed a loose collaboration partnership to develop the ecosystem for startups, and that has its benefits as well as its demerits. Now, Osaka. Well, it was said that in East Osaka as well as in Nagoya, there are many small mom-and-pop type of industrial factories and also many pharmaceutical companies. So in Kyoto, of course, is known for its strong university ecosystem, and they have many academic spin-offs as a result. And Hyogo forms a medical city, so they're very strong in the medical life sciences field, and they also run a lot of social implementation tests. So the striking feature of the Kansai ecosystem is the combination of these three different types of regions. Now, this is an image, and another feature of Kansai would be the economic federations, as well as the academia, as well as the finance industry, as well as the governments, are very, very closely collaborating and communicating to generate various different activities. For example, the startup community is very active. The Nishinaka Valley and Hideyoshi Kai, these are grassroots types of organizations which grew together and build a momentum through exchanges. And that's what Kansai is all about. Also, Kansai involves not only Osaka, and I think people are very friendly and they're very cost conscious. Also, they have this strong sense of speed and velocity. So what we call the Naniwa merchants or Kobe merchants, their ethos or their characteristics, I think, do contribute greatly to the forming of this community. Now, this is what I've been talking about. The KSAC promotes seeds from universities and then building a fund and investment into that fund to develop unicorns. And this is a trilateral collaboration between the government and the industry as well as academia. Also, biohealthcare are key sectors as well as deep tech. These are some of the key sectors. Also, most recently, maybe in these past 2 years, and this is centrally in Osaka, but there's a movement of city development and startup development, which is working together. For example, the Nakanoshima Cross is a new facility, and this the university hospital of Osaka University was located in Nakanoshima, so they formed a huge medical center in Nakanoshima, and there Australia and many other foreign medical ventures have been located there to make it a hub for medical startups. So that's one initiative. So Grand Green Osaka, which is a huge commercial establishment in Umeda, we also formed a startup center in that complex as well. So these are some new developments. Also, from April 2020, we were designated the base city for startup ecosystem, and we have also measured some KPIs. To the right are our targets, and the left are the achievements, and they're pretty good. But unfortunately, and this may not be just Osaka, but all across Japan, we have not been able to form any unicorns from Osaka. So from that perspective, in Kansai, we want to focus on deep tech so that we can create unicorns from the Kansai area. Now, I've been talking about the good things, but through these loose collaborations, we have been able to build a startup ecosystem, but compared to Tokyo, our ability to communicate information is still weak. For example, you have Sakura Internet and these big companies, Rascal. Well, I think many of you probably think that these are Tokyo-based companies, but these are actually Kansai-listed companies. And as you can see from this example, I think we have to increase our ability to communicate and disseminate information also abroad as well. And another is our fundraising ability. That is, when it comes to financing from VC, Kansai companies can only finance from Tokyo-based VCs. So we want to collaborate with the Tokyo activities so that we can draw more financing into the Kansai area. But despite these demerits, from April, of course, the expo has begun, and at the expo, we have many startup events being held, and we have many entrepreneurs participating from overseas, and also we invite elementary and junior high school students for an entrepreneurial event by EO. So we can, for example, premiere a startup at the expo, and we also have many VIPs from abroad visiting the expo, and when they come to Kansai, they will visit startup and mid-sized as well as large companies in Kansai. So we do hope that the expo can become a trigger point to enhance and encourage the Kansai economy. Thank you very much, Foley-san. I've been a friend with Foley-san for more than 10 years, and back then when there were very few female entrepreneurs, we founded a group of female entrepreneurs who like to eat meat, and so we have always been at the leading edge. Now let me introduce myself very briefly. If you Google the name Hiromi Okuda, you'll see many titles, but that the METI or at the Welfare Ministry or etc. I sit at about close to 60 government committees, but today I'm here in relation to Sushi Tech. And I represent, I'm a general producer of Tech Gala, which is a sister partner of Sushi Tech. And my nails are Sushi Tech, and my food is Tech Gala. And just yesterday, a press release was issued, and from January 27th to 29th of 2026, centered at Aichi, in the Aichi region, the Tech Gala will be held, and I am the general producer. I was renamed as the general producer again. And we have a booth at the Central Japan booth from 2 o'clock to 3 o'clock. I will be providing Tech Gala tea bags and bags, etc. I'll be at the booth to shake hands with anyone who wants to come or to sign autographs. And this is it from my own self-introduction. But last year we held the first Tech Gala, which drew about 5,000 people, and these are the various programs. Also last year, despite the fact that it was the first year, of course this is far less than Sushi Tech, but we were able to draw 5,000 participants who came in person, and they represented close to 20 countries. So this year we will partner with Sushi Tech to globally expand our Tech Gala. There were 400 speakers who took the podium. Many were women, and the number of exhibiting companies, business matchings, and side events are written here. I, as a producer, want to make sure that this event continues even without a budget. So I wanted to nurture people who could lead these programs so that the various players in the city can hold some sort of event on that same day. So I focus on side events, and so from January 27th to 29th, if you want to visit Nagoya, Aichi, Hamamatsu, you want to start something, you want to initiate something, then please do contact us so that we can do something together.
That is all for me for my self-introduction. I do hope that you'll be able to come and join us. Thank you. Now for today, message coming from the Mayor Omura. I think all the regions would have to really get together and collaborate is exactly what we're looking at. And the people on the stage are representing from quite a large cities as well as the location really for the startup. But using these strengths of this is the area where many of the industry are gathered, even though you have already introduced yourself, but maybe to the other regions, you can once again summarize your strengths or maybe the characteristics, starting from Ikeda-san from Fukuoka. Open innovation, the collaboration between industries and the government, or maybe a specific area. Can you talk a little bit about the strengths as well as the issues? Yes, I talked a little bit before, but Fukuoka is really a city of the service. It's a third industry. The startup, until 3 years ago, we could have a lot of a startup that has the many of these services. Like Gigi. So idea is to really help people who are in need. But recently we are focusing more on the deep tech. All of a sudden people start paying attention to the university. Not the students, but also people start looking at the professors and teachers. And same for us. We don't really know how we are able to get closer to those people in the academia. I understand that we will be supporting the. So in the past we kind of separate those two. But we decided that we have to have the courage to really jump into those academia. So our FGA members try to approach the university, University of Kyushu University, and the university just start a new organization, and we were able to really start the conversation. The research might be on the university side, but when it comes to the logistic, I think we could possibly have the collaboration in how we are able to support the university. As a result, we have been able to create a strong network. So in the past, we were kind of far apart, but then as a result of the communication, we have been able to really get closer and find a way to collaborate. In Fukuoka, if you were to think about that, you think of vaguely a startup. But then we decided that we have to make it a little bit more concrete. So what is Fukuoka? Is it a service or is it food? So when it comes to food, then we can think a little bit more about the food tech. We can do the food tech, we can do the EC, like Yazuya is doing. So we have the AEC. And then one more thing that's coming out new is in the deep tech area. So overall, Kyushu, we have a lot of solar panels, and then we have so much generation done that we have too much. And then that itself is an issue. So the startup people from Tokyo came. And the energy-related business is something that we decided to do because there is already electricity being generated because we have already been doing that. So at the moment, we have a lot of people focusing on energy, EC, and the food. These possibly be our pillars. So with that in mind, we have the collaboration between the industry, academia, and the private sectors. Thank you very much. As a matter of fact, yesterday, I was participating in the partner event, the Technium, which is the deep tech keynote session. I was a moderator. And as a matter of fact, UTech, Mr. Goji, as well as the Akaura-san, Ito-san, these are the people well known for VC, so we had an opportunity to talk. And we talked about deep tech, which is actually kind of still in dormant. We want to make sure that we'll be able to communicate, and that is exactly the role that each regional people would have to take. The researcher would only research, but then the professional group who support that can be supported by us. And that is exactly what's happening. Now, Sahashi-san, you can talk a little bit more about Aichi-specific area. First of all, when it comes to university, originally Aichi is known for quite a large manufacturing company, and JR Tokyo, they have the headquarters in Aichi. So when you look at the very popular place to work, and these were actually all on the top ranking. But I think the culture of looking at their possible place to work has kind of changed. And in the past 3 years since I started the company, there has been changes. All the universities are teaching the entrepreneurship, and all the university are now looking at the possibility to really generate the entrepreneurs. But on the other hand, when it comes to HR, the issue that I see is that those large-size manufacturing companies don't necessarily have the people that leaves those large organizations. Even though we are very much strength in manufacturing, but when it comes to software, it may not be so. But the startup company have a lot of sort of software-related knowledge. So people who are not in the large-size company may not necessarily have the engineering background. So we do put a lot of focus on hiring those people. But when it comes to operating company, when it comes to this small to medium-sized company, that was exactly the issue that they're facing. They have 300 partner companies in the spatial AI, and some of them can be middle to small sizes. And those companies are really trying to stand at the entering point of the open innovation. So let's say, do they have their engineering people in those middle-sized company? They are interested, but they don't necessarily know how to do that. And then rather than a face-to-face collaboration, but I think the idea is to implement a startup service. There are more and more numbers of the middle-sized company who are thinking. As a result, then they can find out exactly what the AI can do, and as a result, they are more interested in implementing those ideas. I feel quite a positive movement. Yes, looking at the past 1.5 years, I've been commuting to Nagoya. This is exactly where many industries are gathered. Many of them are manufacturing. So when we think of making something, they are very quick. They can very quickly create the plant, which I believe is exactly what their strength is. So lastly, Ms. Foley, the Osaka is the place for the manufacturing. Can you talk a little bit more about Osaka? So when it comes to Kansai, there are many industry, the Chamber of Commerce or Kansai Economic Association. This is really putting a lot of effort in trying to support the startup. The chairman or the president of a large-sized company, the upper management, would come to the event to really have an opportunity to meet the management member of the startup. So we are able to connect those human network. And startup and the large-sized companies might have a different culture or custom. But I think at the moment we are able to create a very flat relationship. Similar to the other regions, university is really where the seeds are being generated. But there is one issue. And of course, the idea of people that's coming to start the company from university, there are quite many. But then it makes it easy for those people to experiment the intern. So they have an internship idea. So what happens after they graduate and ended up working at a large-sized company in Tokyo? So that, I believe, is quite a serious issue at the moment. So I'm thinking exactly how we are able to solve it. So now, as we look at many different region-specific characteristics, the objective of today's theme is what kind of collaboration are we able to do in order to really enhance the level of not just the regional level, but also enhance the level of Japan itself. The roles of each different area, as well as what kind of contents do we need to communicate from each area. So when it comes to the strength of each different area, which has been shared, but then for us, for the people that are gathered in Sushi Tech, ecosystem builders as well as entrepreneurs, what do we need to do? Do you have any concrete ideas to really share with the audience? And if you have, please share, starting from Mr. Ikeda. Yes, let me think. So we tend to always pay attention to Tokyo, but as you rightly mentioned, each regional area have the strength. And then we were not really deeply looking at our strengths, but kept on looking at Tokyo. Energy is one of them, and the food and EC are still a strong area of Fukuoka. But as the material says, Fukuoka should be looking at Asia. How much content are we able to communicate? Let's say if you are looking at Asia, we as a Fukuoka can support. And if you are going to consult in this area, it could be Nagano or Nagoya, it could be Fukuoka. Just having the event together is not really the true collaboration. I think we need to have an environment for collaboration really to link to the next business opportunity. So what do you think, Sahashi-san? The station ID on the day-to-day, this is the challenge really for us to be able to have a startup in each different area. Of course, our idea is to create the base to support the startup. And no matter where you are in Japan, I think we need to create such an environment that we are able to get support no matter where you are. But then after that is being achieved, we are not just competing with Tokyo. I think the idea is how we are able to better generate the asset that each regional city has. As Ms. Okuda was talking about, when you go outside Japan, I think we need to realize what is our strength we have in each different region. How are we able to really collect and to extract the asset from each one of these areas is what we are trying to achieve. And it has been mentioned many numbers of times. This is exactly where many manufacturing companies are gathered. It is not limited to, but I think we have a very strong manufacturing company, mobility, drone, or maybe the fusion. So without the strengths coming from the manufacturing industry, I think we are very much attractive from that perspective. We would really encourage a startup company really to come to our area. Yes, you have a very strong material and also hydrogen. And I think idea is to really communicate those contents. The robotic company specifically want to be located in Aichi. So as Mr. Ikeda was talking about, each regional area, cities would have to communicate their strengths. Ms. Holly?
Yes, one of the benefits of Kansai and Osaka is cheap, inexpensive. Yes, simply put, things are cheaper. Labor costs are cheaper. So I think it's a very good environment to start up a business. But putting that aside, well, as our two other panelists said, we tend to always think about competition with Tokyo because Tokyo is this way, we should do this. But rather than that, I think we should broaden our perspective to Japan versus overseas. And if you want to go abroad, then if you were in Fukuoka or Nagoya, if there's need to collaborate with Fukuoka, Nagoya, or Tokyo, then you should. But if you don't need that to go overseas, then you don't need to. So you should, of course, Japan is depopulating very rapidly. From the perspective of how to build up Japan's economic power through startups, I think that we should work all across Japan to elevate the startup ecosystem. Well, about 100 days a year, I visit countries abroad, also the regions. So rather than looking at the region versus Tokyo, when you look from overseas, all of Japan must become more appealing. And on top of that, we should be able to allow each region to communicate their strength and their benefits to overseas. Now we only have 1 or 2 minutes, several minutes left. So as last words, if you could please provide a short message for all of the stakeholders in the audience. Yes, Ikeda-san. Well, Fukuoka is providing various support to startups, but we want to focus on deregulation. We want to remove regulations, and we can do that experimentally in Fukuoka. So we would like to ask large and small companies and startups who want to do that together in Fukuoka. And there are many, many companies, I think, that want to do that. So I do hope that you attend the Ramen Tech in October. And then I'll be able to explain such benefits in more detail. And there you can feel the passion and the heat of Fukuoka toward ecosystem, toward startups. Sahashi-san, well, Station 9 AI, as I said, has only been in existence for half a year, but we want to make Aichi, an innovation city against the world. And I think the biggest key would be open innovation. So simply put, we want to gain 3 stars in open innovation. So we want to collaborate with startups. If you want to collaborate with startups, you should go to Station AI. And we want to create that sort of a mentality. Maybe it'll take 5 years or so, but we do want to make that our appeal. Foley-san, when I was the board member of the Expo, and this was before the Expo began, the recognition rate of the Expo in Tokyo and interest in the Kansai Expo was very low in Tokyo. And I think it's probably similar to the current situation of startup ecosystems because they have a big ecosystem in Tokyo, and so they have an all self-sufficient ecosystem. So if you're just in Tokyo, you can't gain insight into what's happening in other areas of Japan and what's required in other areas of Japan. So please do come to the Expo. That's my final message. Thank you. May I close? Well, the Tech Gala that I initiate, the theme is to open the future of the world, of the earth. So you should take a a bird's eye perspective from afar, look at the earth and also consider, on the other hand, a closer perspective of the detailed issues that you can resolve in your regions. So I hope that our cities can become ecosystem cities that can take both these perspectives, the global, the earth, and the local. Thank you very much.
A round of applause.